I know you megas, they rock with this. I know you megas, I'm poppin' shit. I know you mad, you can't drop like this. You mad, I'm gon' shine, you can't stop the shit. Why you hatin', they love me for what I do. Keep it so G, yeah, that's how I move. You thought you could see me, I change your view. Got a man when you win, niggas pray you lose. Ayy, you talk down.
Imagine this 2009. You got a son.
Oh, Lord.
He played football or basketball. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I want Haywood to answer first because, James, I want you to answer second. And you'll know why. They have an opportunity to go to the next level in college and go to one of these power schools in regards to basketball or power school in regards to football. What decision would you want your son to make in regard if this 2009? Like, do you want him to take that full ride at HBCU, take that scholarship at a HBCU full ride, or take that full ride at a Kansas or something if you're playing basketball, or somewhere like Bama or Florida State or Florida, University of Florida, because we talking about 09. What would you want your kid to do?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely 100% honest. If it was my son and he's asking me personally, and for my advice, I would tell him to like go to wherever he would want to go. First and foremost, being a father. But if it is like if he's heavily weighing on my decision, it would have to be like the pretty much the combine. Like if he's playing college football and Alabama in 09 or LSU in 09 comes to my door, son, you're going. We going to the league. You're going to feed your families and bring in generational wealth. Because at the end of the day, this is a business. And you got to make business decisions. Like, I love, like being a bigger person than yourself, and I love all of this stuff. But if he were to make that decision, I'm going to advise him. I'm not going to advise him against it, but I'm going to tell him that he would need to be, he'll have to go even more above the Call of Duty than going to Alabama or Duke if he played basketball. Because, like, you got to dominate pretty much in these lower level conferences in order for your worth to be seen, opposed to you just being pretty good at Duke and, like, you know what I'm saying, doing your job, and being pretty good at Alabama and doing your job, and you're going to go to the NFL pretty much guaranteed. But you're putting your future at risk going to a HBCU, not because of you, but because you have to overly dominate, and that puts even more pressure on you. So if I'm him and he decide and I'm advising him, and Duke and or one of these major programs from basketball or football perspective comes and call, I definitely take it. But if it's like one of these middling teams, or if he's on the level of one of these mid-tier schools, and HBCU probably wouldn't hurt, I definitely say hey man, go to Tennessee State, go to Jackson State, and enjoy that. I'll lean it based more towards culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like being a African American and getting that tradition, because I don't care what anybody says. Going to HBCU and going to a PWI is two completely night and day experiences. Like, the culture from hearing the band to seeing the dance team and pep rallies and stuff from HBCU, opposed to like real, like, I didn't go to a PWI, so I won't know, but just based on what you see in like kind of side, like a bunch of partying, like it's a zillion people around, you know what I'm saying, that kind of experience. So if it's a major conference, I know it's guaranteed, definitely go to Duke. If I'm playing basketball, definitely go to Alabama. But if it's like on the fence and I can go anywhere and be like a 3-star middle, I say go to HBCU and shine, or be a big fish in a small pond, and kind of make it smart for you in that aspect. So what you think, James?
I'm going to the HBCU. But
that's one of the reasons why I wanted him to answer second, because I pretty much knew what he was going to say, because me knowing James since 2011, 2012? 2012,
yep.
He's been the most advocate of HBCUs, specifically Jackson State, that I know. So I already knew it was a no-brainer asking him that question. But you can go and expound on your point.
The reason why, okay, number one, the main reason why it's in me, and I'm gonna put that shit in my kids, like, you know, but you don't never know how it's gonna go over. But I'm gonna put that shit in my kids. But let's step away from that. Let's just view it from a business perspective. Okay. If you got to offer, you play football, you got to offer from, like you said, Florida in 09, or you can come to Jackson State. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna sway you to Jackson State. And the reason being because I'd rather my kids be 1 in a million than 1 of a million. And everybody from Florida go pro. You know what I'm saying? They're a pro factory. You got a chance to be a player of a generation or set a standard. You basically could have been Travis Hunter 10, 15 years ahead. You got a chance to set a standard for your generation and generations after. I'm all about legacy. Generational wealth gonna come because 9 times out of 10, if you got a legacy, you got some type of generational wealth. Maybe not in the financial department, but in some department, you got some for each generation of your family to look back and they can hang their hat on something with my family name. I'm real big on the family name. So I would have recruited them like that. Like I would have told them, son, look, you could be Joe Hayden, or you could be Tim Tebow, or you could be Steve McNair. Only one of them an NFL MVP.
Man, that's tough. That is tough, man. I respect it to the fullest, man, because I can't argue with it. I really can't argue with it. But it's kind of like, I don't know, because like it's kind of like taking a guarantee. Like, do I want to guarantee what's best for my family, or do I want to take it on a whim and like, I don't know. That's a tough decision.
You see why a nigga single too now, don't you?
That is tough, man. That is a tough call, man, because but like I said, like it was tough for me too, like because I said it would have to be guaranteed. Like
Yeah.
it would have to be guaranteed. Like it would have to be like Duke coming to my if Coach K came to my doorstep and wanted my son, I can't turn that down.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like I can't say, son, look. I'm just take away from this. I'm gonna take away from you this automatic ride to the pros, but I'm gonna tell you to go to Jackson State and be a big fish in a small pond and create a legacy. Other than just giving you that guaranteed, just like I mean, it could be bigger. Like,
Yeah.
like I mean, like what you saying, like you know what I'm saying, the rewards could be even greater on that smaller scale, and I definitely don't disagree with it. But to like take away that guarantee, it's like saying like, hey, you pretty much asking me like, look, do you want the big joker in your hand, or do you want the lit joker in the big deuce? Which one you taking? Or do I want the big and little joker, or do I want the big deuce, the little deuce, and the big ace, or the black ace? Like, I gotta go with the guarantee,
and I feel you, and see,
but
I don't know.
If you pull off getting those 3 books with the smaller spades, you looked at it as a legend. Like, hey man, how you pull that off? Or you know what I'm saying? Like people looking at you like you the truth. You feel me? Like I mean, so it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
What kind of drives you? What motivates you? What's kind of in your heart to really do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
that's
as far
true.
as legacy,
You got to know your
kids. Is legacy bigger than fame and money or wealth? And you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like that battle.
Yeah,
that's definitely a question, John.
I'm glad I had y'all two here to chime in on these topics, man. I know both of y'all are ever since I've been knowing y'all been passionate about sports, and I feel like this has been a great conversation. I hope the viewers and listeners at home will take this and, leave a comment if you don't disagree or disagree with something or don't, whatever. Do y'all thing. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure y'all leave the rating on the podcast and the apps. It'll help in the algorithm so this can be shared with other people, man. I'm glad to have Haywood, one of the co-hosts of UNCORK'D, and James, co-host of Jacktown Classics, to grace the presence of this platform, man. And we out this thing, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Most definitely, man. Appreciate you, man.
Sir.
I'm going for 30. I know when I'm Curry. Hoping that I fall off. I know it, not worried. It's a body bag. I'm toting the gurney. Keep throwing them flurries. I'm a heavy hitter. Betting on myself, so I ain't never need a builder. Who you is thinking that I can't.